sound clip, he's trying to claim that this idea that the markets will just take care of everything is wrong. It's not wrong. History shows that the markets do a much better job of taking care of the needs of the people than government bureaucrats. I mean, that is what the lessons of history show. The problem is the only history Obama knows is the history that's written on his teleprompter. So I guess if it's not there, Obama has never read it. But anyway, he actually goes on, he elaborates on this to more prove the point that I'm trying to make, where Obama is trying to say that capitalism does not work and that the lessons of history is that capitalism has failed and that we need a different approach. Apparently, he doesn't understand that socialism has been tried many times and has failed miserably. But again, his knowledge of history is limited to his teleprompter. Here he is, cut number 11.
Now, it's a simple theory, and we have to admit it's one that speaks to our rugged individualism and our healthy skepticism of too much government. That's in America's DNA. And that theory fits well on a bumper sticker. But here's the problem. It doesn't work. It has never worked. It didn't work when it was tried in the decade before the Great Depression. It's not what led to the incredible post-war booms of the 50s and 60s. And it didn't work when we tried it during the last decade. I mean, understand, it's not as if we haven't tried this theory.
So what is the theory, this simple little theory that Obama says works well on a bumper sticker but doesn't work? That theory is capitalism. It's free enterprise. It's freedom. He says it's a simple theory that doesn't work. That, first he says that America's, we have this skepticism from government in our DNA. Well, why is it there? It's there for a reason. It was founded by people that were skeptical of government because they understood the damage that government does. Now, see, Barack Obama doesn't understand that. He has no idea why this country was founded. He has absolutely nothing in common with the people who founded it. But listen to his complete misunderstanding. Here's what he says. He says capitalism didn't work in the decade before the Great Depression. The inference being that we had a depression because we tried capitalism in the 1920s. Well, we didn't try it in the 1920s. We had it since 1776. What happened to the entire 19th century? America became the wealthiest country in the world. All that prosperity predated the 1920s. The great move from the farms to the cities, all of these great industrialists, the robber baron era, the 1890s, the 1900s, 1910s, all of this was before the decade of the 1920s. And of course, the problem with the 1920s, or the latter half, was the Federal Reserve, which was created in 1913, which pumped up the money supply that created a bubble. And the reason we had the Great Depression of the 1930s is because rather than relying on the free market to solve the problems that government created, we tried all the crazy Keynesian policies that Obama embraces, and that's why we had a depression. And it's interesting that he talks about the post-war booms of the 50s and 60s as if that's the only prosperous period of time in American history. The reason we had a good economy in the 1950s was because the government slashed spending after the end of the Second World War. So it was the reduction in government spending that led to that prosperity. But I would say that the bulk of the prosperity that we enjoyed in the 50s and 60s was a byproduct of the freedom that we had in the 100 years prior to that period of time. And in fact, our real downfall as a nation began in that period of time. We've been going downhill ever since because we have moved away from this simple little theory that President Obama doesn't think works. And of course, I guess socialism is a much more complex theory, and that's why I guess the president embraces it, right? Because, nothing simple can work. You need to have something that only works in some kind of computerized program. Because, of course, socialism only works in some theoretical model where you've had some people program it with stuff that actually doesn't have any real bearing in the real world, because those theories can never actually work. But it's amazing how little press maybe you get over the fact that our president of the United States doesn't believe capitalism works. Now, of course, that must be news to the Chinese because they've been using it so successfully all these years. Maybe they should talk to Obama. maybe they would discover that, gee, I didn't realize that capitalism doesn't work. I mean, so we should have stayed communist, and that would have worked a lot better, because after all, before they adopted free market principles, they had nothing but poverty in China. It wasn't until they went to these free market ideas of people owning what they produce and keeping their profits, did they start to have any kind of prosperity. There is a middle class in China right now. It wasn't created by big government. It was created by the elimination of big government. It was as government got smaller and Chinese had more freedom and more rights, that's where the Chinese middle class came from. And of course, that's where our middle class came from. And the reason the middle class is getting squeezed, the reason the middle class is disappearing, is because those freedoms that created it are also disappearing. It's because this simple theory has been abandoned by so many people and replaced with this nonsense that President Obama believes in. And of course, the more we pursue these policies, the more people are going to leave the middle class, and the more people will be impoverished.